It's Seafood Clico Sprockets. Welcome to our dojo. We don't bow to idols here. Instead, we bow to our true selves and recognize the divinity within ourselves and each other. Your seafood, will take you on this journey. And today's lesson is, so you want to be in charge of your life, even yourself? And be a slippery lad or lady, the best version of you can be, the true light. Fight with both words and fists. Fighting with both words and fists is magnificent. Knowing when to be silent is a fight too. Knowing when not to respond is a fight too. First, one must master the tongue. Note, just because you say whatever you want doesn't give you strength. You understand? But knowing to be silent gives you strength. Knowing when to listen, even if you don't want to hear what they got to say. The tongue, once mastered, is like a rudder to the body, even like a rudder to the boat. The aspect of controlling the tongue is so you know how to speak accordingly. Old word saying is, it doesn't take but two fighting words, one of mine and one of yours, for a fight. And saying goes, if I use kind words for peace. Now, I know a lot of people who I'm peaceful. But if you do know how to fight, if you don't know violence, you're not peaceful. You are harmless. I must first know the ways of violence and bring peace, to keep peace. Learn each method I have to offer you slowly and get it right before moving on to the next one. Don't just train till you get it right, but train till you can't get it wrong. If you are my student, representing the Sprockets, we are ninjas. Practice makes perfect. Don't let yourself get overconfident, but remember each stage is important, only to point out to some higher rung you may need to reach. Okay? When I teach you. Because there is always more to learn, always more to know. As a person, you must decide and define your role, your identity, and how will you handle yourself. Take a moment to think about that. Remember, know when to speak up, when to be silent. Remember that the loudest one in the room isn't always the strongest, nor is it always the weakest. Don't judge a book by its cover. Always proceed with caution. It's not fear, it's wit, it's tact. You must decide and define your role as a person. The quiet ones might be more problematic. They might be more insidious with their attacks if they think you're weak or your guard is down, or if you're attacking them. even if they have to do more damage later. So it's better to fight instinctively as animals. Is it? Or is it better to be constructed by knowledge and rehearse techniques as we humans normally do? Nature versus the trained, animal versus the human mind, body, spirit, and soul. Excuse me. Think about this for a moment, too. We're basically animals. So that's our instinctive side, your instincts. The only other side, the only human one, involves socialization, learning, adapting. Well, they both adapt, don't they? Yet we find our way in society and excel in our hot pursuits. We use learn and fight. We use learned fighting methods, to find and to overcome obstacles and dangers. Our human side is more polished and refined in advantage over lower animal forms, so we say and think. We can call upon a large arsenal of actions to remind us that we're dominant and to make us feel that we will always remain dominant. Ultimately, the goal of our lives is to become as human as possible, humanoid as possible, as far to advance and evolve and transcend as far as possible. The way of heaven says to be something more than or creatures. So I think that's human and animal and insects and all other creatures. We're greater than all those things. Our position. I believe this is heaven's way that I'm bringing to you. On the other hand, we can never truly abandon our primal ways, never allow our basic senses and inborn traits to trophy and even were effectively used can be a weapon. You can also use, if you're thinking about all of this stuff, not just physical attacks, mental attacks. Certain things will leave people thinking we're ninjas dressed like normal people, doing normal jobs, trying to work for the light, they say. We are not perfect, we're trying to be. I wanted to bring some more things to your attention. For a strong person, defeat is merely a matter of perspective. Thus, I have been told. What some consider a setback, others view as a minor trip up, and others might even view it as inspiration. Now, ask yourself, how many times have you been inspired? No matter how many times you thought it was tripped up. Look to where it pointed you. As far as me, I've been inspired a lot.